Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your Polkadot Specialist Var, and today we're going to talk about GPU.net and all the different wonderful updates that I'm seeing. This will be episode 4. So if you like this particular episode, please like and subscribe. Now, like I said, I did do several episodes of GPU.net. This will be my 4th video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and post those other videos. And maybe you can see where we were and where we are today. Now, there's been a lot of different changes with GPU.net, a lot of them for the good, and I wanted to cover those different things. And I do plan on doing several other videos after this one because there's been so much. I didn't want this particular episode to go too far. So in this episode, I'm going to go over how the website has been drastically upgraded. I'm loving what I see. It's one of the best. It's one of the best websites I personally have seen. But that's my perspective. That's my opinion. And but I'm loving what I see from my first impressions, from the actual website to the back office or the dashboard or whatever you want to call it. So I'm loving all those different things. And then I wanted to get into the nodes and how the node actually operates, because I think it's very intriguing. There's 4 elements. There's the king, there's the queen, there is the actual node licenses, and there are the providers. And I wanted to go over those things in this particular episode. So that's what you have to look forward to. So let's get into how the website looks. Look at this beautiful website of GPU.net. We got the globe here, digital, where it starts to talk about some different apps in the background, or dApps. But I'm loving how it shows the tech going across. That's a great presentation. You had interactive buttons here. You scroll down, it has everything well laid out. So I think this is phenomenal website here. And then it has where you can sign up, for some of the different services here. If you don't know what GPU.net is, it's in my previous videos, but just to kind of give you a synopsis, is they are the Airbnb of GPUs. So pretty much you can rent out your GPUs, but that is just one of their products. There's going to be other different products, and that's just the first one that it's offering, because it's actually a full blockchain dealing with computation and AI. So it's its own blockchain, and it's going to have other service providers as well that do different things like AI, and whatever somebody wants to launch on it, they can. But they'll provide the computational power and the security of the blockchain of GPU.net and the Gan-Chain. But I just want to give them kudos for the actual website layout. I'm loving it. Okay, so here's another aspect of the website here under the Gan-Chain. And there's just more of the same, where you just see the great production. I love the colors. Like I said, interactive buttons. Everything's just well laid out here. All this different information. It talks about how it gets to being able to verify and what makes them unique. And I really do like this particular quality of the website. So those are some different things I wanted to show in terms of presentation. So let's go into what are the nodes all about. So let's jump into a back office here. So when I look at these nodes, I come up with a story in my mind. So I used to do a lot of gaming, and there's some of the games that I love are the games where you can upgrade your character. Your character, you get experience, and as you experience, you get it. You get to evolve your character. There's also another game that I used to play when I was younger called StarCraft, and they had like the Zerg, and they had the Prototos, and then they also had the humans. But the Zerg was one of the alien races, and the unique thing about this particular race was it had like a queen that could evolve and do all these different things. But they were pretty much an insect or alien race that could constantly evolve and get stronger and better and have different features over time that you can upgrade to. When I think of GPU.net, when it comes to the nodes that they have, it reminds me of this upgrade ability, where instead of you having a whole bunch of different nodes, you really are just upgrading what you are able to do, like a game. So let me explain. Now, they had it laid out a little different than how I'm going to explain it, because they kind of went from like node holders to validators to queens. I actually see it a little different. I actually see it as node holders, queens, and the queens go to validators, and providers is something totally different, and I'll explain that as well. Okay, so those are your 4 different elements here. You have your node holders. So your node holders are your NFTs. These are your actual licenses that say that you have the right to be a validator or a queen or a provider. But you have to have these. And to purchase these, they're in these tiers. But what these particular nodes do is they do give you the right to be able to run your particular node to try to make money. And what makes these unique is something called proof of authority. Pretty much you have 2 different wallets, and you have a Polkadot wallet where you have to sign in on that. You have a MetaMask wallet, you have to sign on that. And it just, it really authenticates who you are. So that's one of their security measures, is you have multiple ways that you have to verify who you are. And the way you sign the transactions is with your NFT. Okay, it's called proof of authority. But what makes the nodes important when it comes to your setup for being a validator or a queen or a provider is the more licenses you have, it gives you more payout. All right, so if you have 2 licenses and you're a validator, you'll get double the rewards. But if you get more, it'll multiply. So essentially, you being having multiple licenses will increase your ability to make additional money overall when it comes to how they calculate how much you earn from your validators and its reward system. In addition to that, node holders at TGE, which is token generation event. So when the product comes out, when everything gets started, there's going to be a big airdrop. So for every license that you have, those particular holders of those NFTs are going to get 533 GPU coins per license. So that's the other reward system, which I think is awesome. All right, so for me, the next pathway is actually from holder to queen. So again, just to recap, the holder is what allows you to do everything. Okay, there's scarcity. There's only 15,000 licenses, and the licenses over time get more expensive. And the more license you have, the more ability that you're able to make additional money. Then there's also an airdrop. Now the queen, the reason why I consider queen number 2 in the process is because it has the lowest barrier to entry between the provider and the validator. So to be a queen, all you have to do is have 1 G point, which is $1.50, and you stake it. That's it. So to be a queen, all you need is G points. And what you do is now you have the ability to stake your asset on the platform. And you're a queen. Now, the way that queen operates is you do get additional money in interest. You get these bonuses depending on the tier. So let's look at some of these particular bonuses. Okay, so under staking for queens, so the first 100, you just get it based on, there's no bonus for that. Okay, so if you have 100 GPU coins, You're just going to get rewards based on 100 GPU coins. Now, if you go from 100 to 999, you get, it goes to 1.25. So pretty much a 25% increase. So, but it goes to 1.25. And then the next tier is from 1,000 to 699 and goes to 1.5. And then so on, 7,000 to 24,999, we get 1.75. And then after 25,000, you get 2 times the amount of rewards. So as you can see, there's a multiplicative effect, or it multiplies depending on how much you are staking. Now the maximum amount you can actually put towards your queen is 100,000 GP. Right now the interest amount for queens as of today is about 200%. But again, not everybody, it's not open to the public. You have exclusive rights because you hold the NFT. And because you hold the NFT, it gives you access to this staking that gives you interest. So that is the second way. So the first way, you got airdrops. The second way, you have this staking benefit. So the validators and the queens are considered POS, which is proof of stake. So pretty much you're staking, putting your asset, locking your asset, placing your asset on the platform to get interest. So that is what these two are pretty much doing. And then we'll get into the providers and the kings after. So right now, that's how the queen works. Okay. Now, to be a validator, you pretty much have to be a queen, because you have to stake 1,000 G points to be a validator. Now, to be a validator, you also have to go through a process where you can do a VPS and you can run some different things on the back end, where you're pretty much verifying the transactions. So the queen, what the queen does, and she's very essential, is she makes sure that everything's efficient and everything's managing right, and resources are going to the things that are most important, the most productive providers and the most productive subnets or kings and things of that nature. And she makes sure that everything is running efficiently. The validators are pretty much the ones that are making sure that the blocks come out in terms of recording the transactions, and that the transactions are verified, and that everything is correct, that there's no fraud and things of that nature. So that's what the validators do. They're pretty much validating the transactions. Now, because you staked 1,000 to be a validator, you are a queen. So essentially, you are a validating queen. And so that's why I'm like, oh, this queen just evolves into a validator. So it does both the queen activities where you gain money and on the stuff that you staked, and you're getting interest on your GPU coins. But now you're also validating transactions. So every time you're validating, based on how well you're validating and based on your overall score, how many licenses. Now this is where the node holder thing comes in place. Depending on how many licenses you have, it increases your validator power. Okay, so now let's see. The queen went by how much you stake. The validator, you need 1,000 staked to be a validator. But now let's look at the validator rewards. So for the validator rewards, it pretty much goes by how many licenses. So if you have 4 licenses, you just get the power of your regular 4 licenses. But if you go 5 to 19 licenses, that's 1.25. So you can see that multiplying effect. If you have 20 to 49, you get 1.5. 50 to 99, it's 1.75, and anything over 100, you get 2x. So as you can see, this is where how the licenses come in play with the validators. You get that bonus effect with the being a license holder. So that's how the licenses continue to give you more rewards by being a validator. And you have more validator bonuses when you carry multiple licenses. But overall, these three here work in tandem together. So you first start to be a node holder. If you're a node holder, you're going to get airdrop at the TGE. That's going to give you some coins you can stake. The coins you can stake, if they're under 1,000, then you'll just be a queen. So pretty much you can be a queen by having any amount of GPU. You can stake it and be a queen. Once you get past 1,000 coins, then now you can become an upgrade to a validator. The validator, you need 1,000 to stake. And so that is essentially the three different ways. Now, there is something special. So the difference is with GPU.net, one of these things that makes it special is it has this thing called proof of stake, but it also has proof of work like Bitcoin. So proof of stake is where you have coins and assets and you place them, and because there's so much value locked and assets on the platform, that gives it legitimacy. Proof of work is when you have actual machines that are producing. So in the case of Bitcoin, their transactions are done by these gigantic machines and doing formulas and mining and all the other stuff. So with this particular platform, you have computational power. So this is pretty much what makes AI smart, and this is what, so when you think of computation, this is like all this new technology that's out now with AI agents and ChatGPT. They need horsepower. So that is, people provide that by giving out their GPUs, lending them out. So this is why GPU.net is the Airbnb of GPUs, because you rent out your power. Now, this is called proof of work. So this is totally separate than the other three ways that we talked about here. So the way it works is these are considered providers. And the providers are the ones that are producing something, or they're providing a product of some sort. So the first app, so these are like apps, dApps. These are services that the platform is going to be offering. They also call these subnets. They also call these kings. So this is where the king stuff comes into play, because these are pretty much the providers, the people that are offering the services. So hopefully that makes sense. So the first product, the first king, is the GPU.net app. And this is where people can lend out GPU power. So that is what a provider is. Now, to be a provider, you have to have one of these licenses to put one of your GPUs on. In addition to that, then you also have to run your own rig and things of that nature, or and pretty much offer your GPU services. So this is pretty much what it is to be a node on GPU.net. You have your king, which is your provider, your proof of work, and by offering this product, you'll get rewards. Now, once they start having more products out there, so right now there's computation, with the GPU.net app, but later they're going to have AI agents, and they're going to have all types of other services. The queens are the ones that determine who is offering the best value, and it's going to be allocating those resources to make sure that everything runs and is managed smoothly. So that's what the queens do. So that's what it is. You have the queens that manage, the validators that verify, the node holders that allow you to sign and allow you to be part of the network, and it's part of the security in terms of making sure everything's decentralized. And then you have the providers that are offering the services. What do you think? Did I get everything right? Do you have any questions? There are a lot of other different things, like when it comes to the back office and different tips and things of that nature. So I'll be doing some other episodes, but if you like this particular episode, or if you have questions, leave me a comment below. But please like and subscribe. It'd be highly highly appreciated. I am your Polkadot Specialist, Var. Appreciate your time. God bless. I'll see you soon.